Hello, everybody. My name is Kamara, and today we will be reviewing our 11th episode of season 2 of Bubble Guppies. Season 2, episode 11, The Beach Ball. In this episode, Molly and Gil head to the beach where they hear from their friend Sandy about a party that she may be able to go to if she can get her work completed. The Guppies agree to go while they learn all about the beach and what you can do there. Now, this episode I remember so much as a kid. I absolutely love this episode. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites in the season. It's really good. I really, really, really like it. I really like it. And I also like how it has a little bit of a Cinderella sprinkled in here at the beginning and towards the end. You know? I was introduced to Cinderella by Disney. So yeah, I like that. So our episode starts when Molly and Gil are swimming to school and they and a beach ball comes right up to them, and Gil so sweetly he gives it back to a little lobster kid, and he sees him walking toward the beach. And that's when they meet their friend, and that's when they meet a girl named Sandy who sings the song, coconut water very nice, mix it up with lots of ice, shake it up, move your hips, add straw so you can sip. She's really fun. And fun fact, she's actually voiced by Nika Furterman, who does a lot of voices in cartoons. She voices Kukuloka and the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse Bowtoon franchise, and you may best know her for voicing Luna Loud in The Loud House. That's one of those are my top two favorite roles of her. She just so she also voices um I forgot her name from Handy Mandy. The Pliers. I forgot her name. But if you guys know her name, comment down below, because I forgot her name. It's been a while since I watched Handy Mandy. But yeah, she's a really good voice actor. And speaking of voice actors, we're introduced to her sisters, who are very nice and give off a very Anastasia and Drizelda feel from the Disney Cinderella. And their names are Hilda, and Marine. And Marine is actually, fun fact, voiced by Candy Milo. She's voiced by Candy Milo. You may know I best know her for voicing Maya from Maya Miguel, and in later seasons of Dexter's Laboratory. So yeah, she's a really good voice actress, along with Nika. And that's when she explains that her sisters never help and that she really wants to go to the ball, but her sister says that she has too many things to do. She has too many things to do before tonight. She won't be able to go. And then they suggest that maybe that maybe if you get all your work done now, you'll be able to go. And then she hopes so. And before they leave, we even see Mrs. Peaky Toe again, which is good. I love the character cameos here. And that's when they go to make it to school, and they explain that they saw the beach on their way and they liked the beach. And I also like how Nani says, I have to put on a lot of sunscreen when I go to the beach, that's a good message. That's a good message for kids. I like that. And then we have our question segment about what you could do at the beach, like with sand and stuff, playing in the water, stuff like that. And then we have our pop song On the Beach, which is a really good song. I mainly remember it. I also like the when it's playing in the credits at the end. It's kind of extended because they keep on saying on the beach over and over again at the end. I like that. I like that as a kid. In the credits. And I mainly remember this song now less for its lyrics and more for its visuals, especially with Dima her sandcastle. Poor girl, I hated that. So much. Not that I didn't mean to do it intentionally, but I hated that so much. I hated it. But and I also love the scene where they're like by the wading pool and my girl Molly is in a shell. That's how you listen. Whenever they get a chance to show that they're mermaids, they gonna show it. They ain't gonna hide it. And they even make like little feet in the sand when they say stick my toes in the sand. Oh my god. And they only make it 1 foot. Oh my goodness. This song is just, I love the visuals for the song. I do. And then we have our shop segment, which Gil and Bubble Puppy, they wanna get some seashells from Dima. And I like when they first see her, she's just like lounging on her little pretend store stand before the bubble pops and we get to the actual store. She's just like, and she says that they're having a special on shells that match, and so we have to help them, and we have to help them find the shells that they want to match, which I really like that, matching for kids, that's really good. And then we have our lunch joke. Naughty got spaghetti and beach balls. Spaghetti and beach balls. And then we have a Molly and Gil segment about Gil wanting to get shells, and I like the shells sprinkled in their little segment area. It's so pretty, especially since it's already sand already. Like, that's genius. Gil's trying to get a specific shell, but it keeps on running away. It keeps on running away. And then we have our then we're in the classroom. Dima invites Molly to dance with them and pretend they're having a beach party. And then Mr. Grouper pretends that he has sunburn. And he says, just kidding, I always wear sunscreen. And then Molly pretends to give everyone coconut water, but it's just rainbow balls. It's so cute. And then Molly and Gil are talking about how hoping that Sandy can go to the ball because it'll be really sad if she can't go. And then it's our storybook segment. It's called the Arctic Surfers, and it's about Una and Gobi wanted to go surfing at Arctic Beach, but there's this polar bear, and he always scared me. I didn't like it, especially at one point where he yelled, "My beach!" I didn't like that. And I also like the funny moment when they was able to break off the ice and turn it into an ice floe and go into the go far out to sea. And then at first they was like, there's no way he could follow us unless he has an inner tube. And then he starts swimming and stuff, and then he starts swimming and Gobi says he's got an inner tube. That always made me laugh. And I like how we at one point we like have like a little puzzle to find out to make their own little iceberg flow to get back onto the Arctic beach. And the polar bear, he was my introduction to what a Karen truly was. He was, and I don't say that lightly. He was saying my beach, my ocean, my ice. That was just getting really annoying. He's getting really annoying. But he did apologize. When he said, "Will you teach me how to surf?" And they agreed they'll teach him how to surf if they share his beach. If he shares his beach, which he does. And so sweetly they let him play with their surfboard, which is really, really sweet. It was sweet. And then they all happily ever after. And then we have our dance song, which is the swim dance, which is it's a really, really good song. I like it. It really makes you want to move, especially the movements, pretending you're swimming. And I like towards the end where we see Una and Nani in the back, like switching positions. They'll sometimes do that, and I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that a lot. I really do. And once again, Gil's singing voice actress is perfect. And then once again, Molly and Gil's segment, we have Gil trying to be quiet behind Molly, saying that he wants to try and catch that shell again, and then he finally managed to catch it. And that's when we get, I'm gonna say, sort of a reference to We Totally Rock when he says you can hear the ocean in this shell. And then quite surprisingly, I mean, not really, to the context of the scene, we have Guitarlos back again, which I love it. I love continuity. I love references. I'm here for it. And he pinches Gil, just like back in season 1, right on the ear. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I wish he would have made a shell joke. He would have made a shell joke. Speaking of which, Dima actually made a reference back in the shop segment about a nursery rhyme when she said, "We sell seashells on the seashore," which is a reference to that nursery rhyme. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. It's kind of hard to say, but I like me a good tongue twister. And then we finally have our field trip segment about them going to the beach ball, and I love the design of the beach ball. It looks like the place where it's having taking place at. It looks like a giant sandcastle, and they have like little torches in the entrance, which is actually what they be doing at Luau's. They be having like giant torches and stuff. I love that reference. I love it. And then once they finally make it, Molly doesn't see Sandy, but then Gail points out that her sisters are over there. And then Molly acts so nicely. Do you know where Sandy is? And then they say that she's got a lot of work to do. She's got to make coconuts for everyone at the ball. And then she says, everyone? And then so mockingly they laugh away and say, totally. They made me really mad as a kid. And Molly, my girl, I swear, no offense to Jasper and Gus, but she and the other Guppies, when they pitch in to help her, they're not no mice. They're not little creatures. Molly in particular, she's Sandy's fairy godmother. Okay, she stepped in and she said that I want to help you. That's her basically saying, I can care less about the ball. You want to go. I want to make this night happen for you. I'm going to help you out. And so sweetly, she says, you should go ahead and enjoy the ball. It'll take more than two of us to get these done. And then, one by one, all the Guppies say, what about 2 of us? What about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? And the Bubble Puppy barks, which I was counted that as 9. And she says so sweetly, you're all going to help me? Yes. Yes. This was my second Cinderella. This was my second Cinderella adaptation. Okay? And then they all start singing the song to the point where they sing an extended version of it. And the version of it just, oh my goodness, it was so catchy. It was so catchy. And they're finally able to take Sandy to the ball. And she's just all happy. And they managed to give coconut waters to everyone at the party. And her and Molly are dancing in the middle of the circle of the party ring. And they're just dancing, getting down. It's so good. And she's all happy. I'm so happy. Listen, these are these type of moments where I just want Molly to be my real friend. I just want Molly to be my real friend because she is a girl I can count on. She's a girl I can count on. Molly is that type of girl that you would want in your friend group, okay? Because I know 100% she wouldn't betray you. She would be by your side. And if she saw you down, she would be the first person in the friend group who would know something's wrong with you. You're not acting like yourself. And she would be in there to step in, take off whatever she's doing, and help you out, okay? My friends say I'm sort of like that in the friend group. I'm like that in the friend group. But whenever I'm feeling down, I want this girl for me. I do. Because she is like that. She is like that. And when the judge finally makes his announcement, he says that tonight's very special. And I really like this joke. I should have mentioned it at the beginning. The beach ball, the same lobster kid had lost. They said, not that type of beach ball. And they threw it away. Sandy did the same thing early in the episode. And he says that we have not 1, but 2 queens. And Sandy's sisters think they're going to get the award. But, well, not award, crowns. Nope. Nope. It's Sandy and Molly that win. And as they should. And they're so happy. They're hugging each other. And Molly's giving Ariel. The crown's giving Ariel. She's giving Ariel. She's eating. She is. I love her. I love it. I love their crowns a lot. And I like how the fishes give it to them. Just amazing. And I love how her sisters apologize. They don't just roll their eyes and be like, I guess we're sorry. No, they went in front of everybody, even in front of the Guppies, in front of everyone at the party, and said that we're sorry we were mean to you. You totally deserve to be queen of the beach. And I know if it's okay if some of you don't want to believe their apology, but I do, because that hug that they gave each other seemed very genuine, I will say. And the judge says, Your Majesty, is there anything you'd like to say? And I would go with the decision that they made. Let's dance. And they're all getting down once again, having a good time. And there ends our segment. And we have our last Molly and Gil segment, which Molly says that there's the shell that you want again. And then Gil says, no way, I'm not falling for that again. From now on, I'm gonna only collect little shells. Which, if that would have happened to me 2 times, Gil, I would have went for the same approach too. I mean, on the best side. One thing we can't be happy for is the little fish didn't provoke him in this episode. That's one thing we can't say. Thank God. Thank God, we just need a break. He needs a break. Just saying. But instead of thinking he's going to get off scot-free this time, just getting a little shell, nothing happening to him, turns out that baby shell, the baby clam, has a mother. And she does not seem happy. No. 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 You never mess with a mama bear. Never. And here he goes. And there he swims off while that clam's chasing him, and that baby's keeps on saying, "Mama, mama." And there ends our episode. So overall, I love this episode. It's one of my favorite episodes from my childhood. It's a really great episode, and I'm giving it a 10. This episode holds so many memories. It's just one of those episodes where if you're a diehard fan of the show, it's perfect to play during the summer, and you can bet I'll be watching this episode a lot during the summer when I have my time. So, yeah, I'm giving it a 10. It's one of my favorites in the season. And speaking of favorites, we're gonna have another favorite of mine in this season as well. So, with that being said, tune in to me next time as we will be reviewing one of my favorite episodes from this season, not just this season, but possibly the whole series. Season 2, Episode 12, The Sizzling Scampinis. See you all next time.